of Apple Silicon products come out. But what about the machine that started it all? This is 2020 M1 MacBook Air base model, which comes with the older design and processor. But I think this MacBook out of the entire lineup is the best MacBook for most people. I'm not going to argue on how good the processor is or how amazing this device looks, but I'm going to base my argument on the value this machine offers for the price it commands, and why it is a good investment going into 2023 compared to the newer Air and Pro models. In fact, this is one of the best laptops I have ever gotten my hands on. Let me show you why. Let's start with the design, which I think is the major component of MacBook Air. After all, it was MacBook Air's sleek design and portability that made this machine a huge fan favorite. Although it does come with an older design, but it doesn't look outdated by any means. From the design point of view, it still falls in the top 5% of laptops in its segment. It maintains an ultra-thin, ultra-lightweight unibody aluminum build, which allows it to be a highly portable laptop. It is remarkable to see the kind of power this machine contains in the super thin body, and Space Gray looks much nicer when compared to other options. On opening the laptop, you're greeted by a 13.3-inch display that comes in at a resolution of 2560 by 1600. It is a beautiful bright panel which makes content consumption really great with its rich and vibrant colors. If you have been using the old MacBook Air with 720p display, this is a significant upgrade over the old MacBook. The new M2 MacBook Air does come with a slightly better display, but some of you might prefer the clean design of M1 without the notch. Moving on to the next very important part of the laptop, the keyboard. It comes with the Apple Magic Keyboard, which is definitely a much better option compared to the faulty butterfly keyboard. The typing experience is very satisfying, with just enough amount of travel and feedback. It's fully backlit, comes with full function key row and almost all the required shortcuts. It's a perfect blend of functionality and aesthetic design. And the trackpad is no doubt the best trackpad in the entire industry, which very subtly blends with the rest of the MacBook. So far, M1 MacBook Air has either met or marginally exceeded the expectations set by the earlier models of the MacBook Air. Its ultra-portable design makes it tremendously easy to carry around. Its build quality gives me significant amount of confidence about its longevity. Now comes the most important attribute of this laptop, performance, which has been the biggest weakness of the previous generation of the MacBook Air. And due to its compact and sleek design, MacBook Air was never meant to do any kind of heavy lifting. Hence, it was marketed as a super portable device, just good enough to do light web browsing, email, and document creation. But with the introduction of Apple Silicon, MacBook Air has seen its performance go from average to industry-leading standards. Today, MacBook Air is one of the most powerful machines in its segment, and that too by a significant margin, all the while maintaining the super light design. And this improvement in the performance of the MacBook Air has changed what MacBook Air was fundamentally known for. The other area of performance of this laptop that has seen exponential gains is its battery life. It's natural to think with the kind of performance this laptop is delivering, battery life may not be very good. But to our surprise, the kind of screen on time MacBook Air is giving after full charge is truly remarkable. It can give you around 18 hours of screen on time. And it is highly surprising to see a laptop this small and powerful can manage to last this long. With the body this small, performance this high, and battery life this long, MacBook Air is truly the most convenient and user-friendly device in the ultra-portable category. And despite the tiny size, the speakers on this device are top-notch. I cannot think of any Windows device in this price range with a better sound quality. Well, this device is not perfect. There are obviously things that can be categorized as shortcomings, one of them being the lack of ports. This laptop comes with only two USB-C ports, which are Thunderbolt 4 and a headphone jack. And if you're using one of these USB-C ports for charging the laptop, that leaves only one for anything else you want to do, like connecting external storage or external display. Which brings me to another shortcoming. This laptop supports only one display. If you're rocking a multi-monitor setup, I think you might want to look beyond MacBook Air. The webcam and the microphone quality is passable. You're not going to be blown away by the video and audio quality. Now, you might wonder, if M1 was this good, M2 should be better. After all, that is the newer laptop. But the incremental value you are getting while going from Intel-based MacBook Air to M1 is just so high for the price you're paying that it almost makes no sense to buy the M2 MacBook Air, because the value difference between M1 and M2 is only marginal, but the price difference is significant. At this point, I think M1 is a much more reliable and well-tested device, whereas the problems like slower SSD, thermal throttling with M2 MacBook Air are very well documented by now.